Today we want to introduce the AccuCut for using steel rule for crafters, for letterpress shops, and just for anyone who wants to do die cutting without buying an expensive press. So we're going to run through several different dies. The first die we're going to use, and we're going to show you how to use, it's a very simple press. It's a very high quality press. You can buy one of these units for about $300 to $400. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to die cut just a simple non-registered piece. We're going to take the die, place it in a tray at an angle. We'll put our paper over it, and there's a protective cutting board that goes over the top. We'll slide the tray in, and we'll roll the press. When I can get it rolling the right way, it rolls up under a set of pinch rollers, and on the other end we now have a die cut piece that is cut out nice and clean, as you can see. So the next thing we're going to try to do here is we're going to use a multiple, we're going to die cut with two dies at the same time, showing you can use multiple dies. Again, we're not going to be registering these dies. We're going to be just cutting blank dies with our paper. So my paper's almost not big enough. So again, we're going to use a protective cutting board. We're cutting at a slight angle. Slide the tray up under the pinch wheel and just crank the roller. The pinch wheel die cuts the piece. It comes out on the other end, and you have your die cut pieces. Again, this is not registered, but these are multiple dies that are die cut out. So very simple procedure. The next thing we want to do is we're going to show one die that has multiple ups on it. So we have a die here now that's a 6-up die, and we're cutting unregistered to the piece. We're going to place the piece of paper over the top using our protective board again. This is just a piece of polypropylene. So again, we're rolling through the pinch rollers, and even with this much roll in a die, this machine's a high quality enough machine to die cut right through it. And again, now you see we have 6 little pieces. I see a lot of people trying to cut with these die cutters where they're trying to cut multiple pieces of paper at a time, and steel rule cutting dies are meant to cut one piece of paper at a time and not multiple pieces. I know you can do it, but it really tends to wear your dies, and they stick on the bevel and cause lots of issues. So lots of time you run into issues where you're not cutting blank paper. So I've got 3 different methods of registering print to the paper. So the first thing we're going to do is this is a real typical set. This is an envelope liner that we see a lot of letterpress shops using and a lot of wedding planners. And we've got a series of registration pins on the die that's going to register our paper. So we're going to take the paper and we're going to jog it in to our registration pins. And now we're in register with the print. Again, same method as before. We're going to use our protective cutting board over the top. We're going to roll it into position onto the roller so it gets. And again, now we're cutting registering to print or to foil or whatever else you want to register to. Now we have a die cut piece, and we have a liner for an envelope that's ready to go into a custom envelope for wedding invitations or for whatever use. The next thing we want to go over is a true register piece. So I've taken a die that was we cut out, and I built a frame for it. And I designed this for a customer, and we jog it up into the corner, we secure the die into position, and we used rubber instead of the locator pins to locate our print into position. We've done a little bit of work to get this in position, but now we're in position. You see we've got a registered print piece here. We're going to take it and we're going to jog it up to our rubber. Again, we're using our protective plate again. We're back over the top. We're getting the piece going. And now here we are, die cutting in position on a press. So I'm not quite in registration, but you can see with a little manipulation we would be in position on this martini glass. So the next thing I want to show is a die that many people aren't familiar with, but it's a real good way to use this press, is acrylic dies. So acrylic dies are made out of, they're actually Lexan. They're made out of Lexan. You can see through it. So these have a really good use if you're cutting a really expensive material, or if you're just trying to register something tight. Leather is a product that this would work really well on. But typically the way you would cut with this is, so we would take the piece of material, we'd lay the die in position because you can see through the die to the print, and we would die cut like that. And it could work just as well probably if we put this down like that, the protective layer down. We took the die, and now we're cutting upside down. I'm going to cut in the center of the tray and come forward, and we're going to die cut straight through. And again, you see, although this die doesn't have ejection rubber on it, it cut the piece cleanly through. Like I said, again, this would be for really really expensive pieces, where it would be gasket materials or leather that you could buy. And these acrylic dies they're see-through, and they're a little bit more expensive than traditional dies, but they're a good option. So again, today we wanted just to show you a press that's an affordable press that that anybody can afford for $300 or $400. You don't have to spend $25,000 or $30,000 for a press. You can get a press like this and be die cutting at no time at all. So you can look us up on the web at www.graphicdies.com, or feel free to call us at any time. We're located in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you.